Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to cut through the noise, get straight to the insights. Today, well, we're digging into some recent developments in prostate cancer research. Quite a stack, actually. Our mission, as always, is to pull out the really important stuff from these sources, help you understand what it means for patients, for treatment now, and down the line. Let's get into it.
Indeed. And it's pretty striking how fast things are moving in cancer therapy. We've got some genuinely promising updates today, some from clinical trials happening right now, poised to make a difference soon, and also some earlier stage preclinical work that offers, well, significant hope for the future.
Okay, let's jump right into the clinical news then. First up, there's a new therapy called 177-Lu-DGUL. It's a radioligand therapy. We're seeing some pretty exciting phase 2 results. This is from a South Korean trial for mCRPC, that's metastatic castration-resistant prostate cancer.
Right.
So this therapy, it's showing an objective response rate around 35.9%. And get this, almost 9% of patients.
Rah.
Complete disappearance of their tumors. Now, these numbers, they're definitely compelling, suggest it might even outperform Pluvicto, an established drug.
Yeah, and what's really remarkable, I think, isn't just the efficacy, though. That's obviously key. It's the safety profile improvement. This 177 Lu-DGUL, it reported much lower rates of dry mouth, only about, 13.2%? Compare that to Pluvicto, which is nearly 39%.
Oh, so that's a big difference.
It really is. And dry mouth, it sounds minor, maybe, but it can seriously impact a patient's day-to-day quality of life. Now, we do need to remember this is a phase 2 single-arm study. Pluvicto's data comes from a larger phase 3, so, context matters, but still, these early signs are powerful. Suggests we might be looking at a potential new contender, especially maybe for patients who struggle with side effects.
Okay, that phase difference is important. So given that, what would really seal the deal? What's needed to confirm if it's truly superior?
Well, the gold standard really would be a head-to-head phase 3 trial. You directly compare 177 Lu-DGUL against Pluvicto, same types of patients, randomized. That would tell us definitively if these phase 2 results hold up in a larger, more diverse group.
Makes sense. Okay, so moving beyond brand new therapies, we're also seeing some clever ways to use existing ones better, which brings us to another trial for mCRPC. This one's about low-dose Abiraterone acetate, or AA, came out of Brazil.
Ah, yes, the low-dose AA.
Exactly. So instead of the usual 1,000 milligrams on an empty stomach, they tested just 250 milligrams. But taken with a low-fat meal, that's a huge cut, 75% less drug.
Right, and the idea is that the food actually helps the body absorb it better, so the smaller dose works just as well. And it did, didn't it? In their study, 96 patients, over 60%, saw their PSA levels drop by at least half.
Over 60%, yeah.
If you think about the bigger picture, this low-dose strategy, it has massive implications, especially for cost and access.
Yeah,
Think about public healthcare systems where the standard dose might just be too expensive.
good point.
It sort of challenges how we think about dosing. Sometimes the big innovation isn't a new molecule, it's just using what we have, smarter. Plus, it makes the regimen simpler for patients, easier to stick with. This could really help get important treatments to more people globally.
That idea of challenging assumptions is really powerful. But are there times a doctor might still want the standard higher dose? Maybe for a faster initial hit or certain types of disease?
That's a great question. Yes, potentially. While this low-dose approach looks very promising for many, you could imagine scenarios, maybe very high disease burden, or based on prior treatments where a clinician might still opt for the standard dose initially, aiming for rapid control. But this study definitely pushes us towards thinking about more personalized dosing for sure.
Okay, and just quickly, an update on long-term impact from an existing therapy,
Right.
the ARCHES trial follow-up. This was for metastatic hormone-sensitive prostate cancer. It confirms enzalutamide, that's an androgen receptor inhibitor, plus ADT, well, it extends survival by 30%.
30%. That translates to, 13% more men alive at the 5-year mark?
Exactly, and for men with high-volume disease, it was even more dramatic. Their median survival jumped from about 4 years to 7 years. So, solid long-term data reinforcing the value of established treatments like enzalutamide. All right, but let's shift gears. What about things further out? Therapies just starting their journey, maybe years from the clinic. Let's look at what's bubbling up in the earlier stages. We have an investigational new drug application, an IND, for something called ITC-6146RO. It's an antibody-drug conjugate, an ADC, designed for solid tumors, including mCRPC. It targets the B7H3 protein.
Ah, ADCs. This is really cutting-edge precision medicine. ITC-6146RO, it uses advanced linker and payload technology. Think of it like a smart bomb, maybe. The antibody part targets B7H3, which is often found on cancer cells, but not so much on healthy ones. Then there's a stable linker holding onto the payload, the actual chemotherapy drug. The linker keeps that payload safe until the ADC binds to the cancer cell. Then, pop, the linker breaks, releasing the drug right inside the target cell. The goal is maximum impact on the cancer, minimum collateral damage to healthy tissue.
Very targeted.
Extremely. And the preclinical studies, in labs and animal models, they've shown strong anti-tumor effects and a good safety profile so far. This is that crucial early work. It lays the foundation for potential clinical trials down the road. It's where the next wave often starts.
So wrapping this up, what does all this mean for you, our listener? We've covered quite a bit. Cutting-edge clinical trials, new therapies like 177 Elite, DGUL, smarter ways to use drugs like low-dose AA, right down to this really sophisticated preclinical stuff like the ITC-6146RO antibody-drug conjugate.
Yeah, I think the clear trend here is towards more precise treatments and also more patient-friendly ones. It's not just about living longer, though that's obviously critical. It's also about maintaining or even improving quality of life during treatment. Optimizing older drugs, developing these highly targeted new ones, it promises more options, potentially fewer harsh side effects.
So thinking about everything we've discussed, what really stands out? And maybe looking ahead, say, 5, 10 years, how might these kinds of innovations really change things globally, making advanced treatments not just effective, but genuinely accessible and tolerable for everyone, everywhere? Something to think about. Stay strong and fight on.